Hello students, in this video I will continue my lecture session. I ended with the very important statement made by Dr. Myers, that is the tropical forest, the powerhouse of evolution. I ended my previous video here. So let me continue from the next paragraph. It has been well said that forests precede mankind, and then deserts follow. The world's ancient patrimony of tropical forests is now eroding at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year. Eroding, it is decimating, or we can say it is getting reduced or decreasing, and the rate is almost 40 to 50 million acres a year. And the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. Now, the growing use of dung, it deprives the soil of its natural fertilizer. The World Bank estimates, estimation means to calculate something, that a five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with the expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. Now, five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed. Then only we can cope up with this forest eroding problem. We can cope up with this, and otherwise the demand of fuel wood in the near future will be sky high. And as I already told you all in my previous video, the very important line, and I also told regarding that line that this line is important for your objective question also, that what goes under the pot now cost more than what goes inside it. Very, very important line. And in my previous video also I discussed about the fuel wood demand problem, and if forests are decimated to a great extent, then obviously we will be deprived of fuel wood. There will be a scarcity in the fuel wood supply, and obviously when there will be scarcity in the fuel wood supply, its demand will also increase. So what can be done? And according to the World Bank, they estimated that one way to cope with the expected fuel wood demand is to grow more forest planting. Five-fold increase. There must be a five-fold increase in forest planting. Then only it can be managed. Otherwise, it will be big problem. James Speth, the president of the World Resources Institute, said the other day, and here I quote, "We were saying that we are losing the forest at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. Not only we are losing the forest to an acre a second, but we are losing forest to an acre and a half per second." Now I am moving on to the next paragraph, Article 48A of the Indian Constitution. What does this Article 48A of the Indian Constitution states? It is very important. Article 48A of the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard. The meaning of safeguard also is protect, and to safeguard the forest and wildlife of the country. So according to Article 48A, not only the environment and the natural resources are to be protected, but also the wildlife is to be protected. But sadly, it is not implemented in a proper way. It is already been mentioned in the Constitution that the environment, the environmental resources, the wildlife should be protected, but unfortunately it is not protected to that extent. But what causes endless anguish is the fact that laws are never respected, non-enforced in India. I already told you all regarding this. Obviously, it is there in the constitution, but sadly, neither it is respected nor it is properly enforced, or rather to say, nor it is properly implemented in our country. For instance, the constitution, that means our Indian constitution, says that casteism, untouchability, and bonded labor or child labor shall be abolished. But casteism, untouchability, and child labor or bonded labor is still prevalent, sadly, in our country, even in the 21st century also. But they flourish shamelessly. I already told you all regarding this. According to the constitution, bonded labor, untouchability, casteism should be banned. But these things are going on quite recklessly and shamelessly also, even after 44 years of the operation of the constitution. Remember, this article was written in the way back in the year 1994. So many of the datas may not be quite appropriate right now, because there might be some change in the data, but we have to follow the data been given in the text. Because if you search the Google, you might find that some of the data might differ, might vary. But remember, dear students, this article was written by Nani Palkhiwala in the year 1994. The problems are very much relevant now also. The data might change, but we will go by the textual information right now. Now let's continue. A recent report of our Parliament's Estimate Committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion. Depletion means destruction, we can say, downfall also we can say, cutting down of forest and trees. Catastrophic means in a massive extent, or to a massive extent, of India's forest over the last 4 decades. India, according to a reliable data, is losing its forest at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. Large areas officially designated as forest land are already virtually treeless. Now, forest reserves, only it is there in the name only. If we enter, we will find that it is almost a barren piece of a land. And that is actually, it means it is virtually treeless. But officially that area has been given, officially it has been stated that it is a forest reserve. But that place is virtually treeless. The actual loss of forest is estimated to be about 8 times the rate indicated by government statistics. Yes, it is about 8 times the rate as indicated by the government statistics. Now I am moving on to the next paragraph. A 3-year study using satellites and aerial photography. Aerial photography means taken from the top or over the top. A 3-year study using satellites and aerial photography conducted by the United Nations warns that the environment has deteriorated so badly that it is critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. Yes, it is very much critical in the 88 countries investigated, and our country also falls under the same category. There can be no doubt that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting or disturbing, we can say, the future of human society. More population, it is causing a lot of problem. It took mankind. Now this particular paragraph is very important from the point of view of NCERT sample question answers. So this paragraph should be studied very seriously, dear students. So let me continue. This paragraph mainly dealt with the changes in the population over the years, considering 100 years, following up 100 years. So let me continue. It took mankind more than a million years to reach the first billion. That was the world population around the year 1800. By the year 1900, a second billion was added. That means within 100 years, another billion was added. And in the 20th century, it has increased up to 3.7 billion. The present world population is estimated to be 5.7 billion. But I already told you these statistical data or informations might change if you Google it. But we'll go by the text because this article was written in the year 1994. So from that perspective, these are the data has been given by the author. Every 4 days, the world population increases by 1 million. Now, look at the rapid way the population is increasing. Every 4 days, the world population increases by 1 million. I am moving on to the next paragraph. Fertility falls as income rise, education spreads, and health improves. Now, what we need? In the present scenario, we need our health to improve. There should be more educated people, but it might be negative in terms of fertility, because fertility falls when there is a mass awareness, and how it can be generated when a particular population is educated. So fertility falls as income rise, education spreads, and health improves. Thus development is the best contraceptive. Very, very important line. Again, a very important line for short question. Development, it is the best contraceptive. But development itself may not be possible if the present increase in number continues. But if population, if it goes on increasing at this rapid extent, then obviously the so-called development will be a big question mark. What I am trying to say that development will not be possible if there is an increase in population. Because if there is an increase in population, then obviously a lot more people will be without food, and there will be more jobless individuals. So population check is a must. If population check is done properly, then we can usher into a development phase in the near future. But development will be slowed down, or there will be a big mark in terms of development if the population is not being checked properly. So in this video, I have discussed up to this. In my next video, I will continue from the next paragraph. Dear students, kindly listen to it, and any doubts later please clarify. Thank you students. Thank you all.